Okay, so for this technique, we're gonna talk about proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. Okay, you can call that PNF for short. So proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation is the same idea as post-isometric relaxation. It's this idea of contracting a muscle, having it relax, and then stretching. PNF was just another way that someone described it in another country at a very similar time. So both PIR and PINF were introduced into like the medical world, the stretching world at the same time, but called two different things. So sometimes you'll see PNF stretching titled that way, but it's also referring to post-isometric relaxation. So specifically for this class, right, we have this very specific protocol for PIR, right, contracting the muscle for 10%, right, a very light isometric for 8 to 12 seconds, right, and you can do that 3 to 5 times, right, followed by a nice deep stretch for 30 seconds, right, that's very specific. For PNF, the protocol is more just contract it, relax it, and stretch it. So as far as how much you contract or how much resistance you provide or how much contraction your client gives you, right, can vary. It doesn't necessarily have to be a light isometric. It can be a little bit greater. But generally you do want to use a lighter isometric. It doesn't require tons of energy to reset these proprioceptive systems. But just keeping that in mind, you don't have to necessarily do it in a specific very order. Okay, so we're gonna do PNF of the traps. Okay, so at the neck here. All right, so we all know our nice neck stretches, right? We can rotate the head to the opposite side, right, by supporting the head here at the occiput and then pressing down on the shoulder, right? So we're lengthening trapezius and these lateral, flexors, extensors of our neck. Okay, so we're gonna try to find this first barrier, right, of how much stretch we can get through the trap. Okay, does that feel like a good stretch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, what you can do is back off slightly. Go ahead and have your client, right, push up, elevate their shoulder, push up into your hand. Okay. So he's doing more than 10%, right? He's giving me a pretty good contraction. Let's go ahead and contract it, push up. Okay, so we're providing this resistance, right, for again about 6 to 12 seconds. 3, 4, 8, and relax, and then go ahead and stretch. Okay, so PNF very similar to PIR. It's just a more simple protocol. It just allows you to contract a muscle. So we can do this again. Go ahead and push up into my hand. Right, contract the muscle. Especially in the neck, you want to use a lighter isometric, right? There's no need to stress or contract the muscles that are right tight. Go ahead and relax. Right, so doing a lighter isometric might be more beneficial than really trying to contract it, right, as much as you can. And then holding that stretch, right, for 30 seconds, allowing that new length of muscle to set in, right, become normal. Overcoming the stretch reflex within our Golgi tendon bodies, right? Allowing this muscle to lengthen and stretch nice and gradually. Okay, so that would be there for the neck. We can also do PNF. Let's see. The shoulder here, right, so we're stretching our lats, we're stretching our adductors and extensors right of our shoulder. Okay, so if you wanted, right, you could, from this stretch, you could actually have them, right, push their arm into extension, right, which would be downwards towards their body. Okay, so stretching, go ahead and release, and then have them right? So now they're extending at the shoulder, you're providing resistance along their arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, relax, right? And then doing some more passive movement, right? Stretching that muscle even further, right? So PNF would be a little bit more easier to do in a massage session, right? Having them contract and then relax, right? Instead of doing a nice protocol, which might be better for like sports massage or event kind of massage. All right, PNF, right, you can do on your own, right? So you can stretch your deltoid, activate it, right, by pushing and offering resistance with your other arm, and then stretching it some more. Same thing with the quadricep. Finding that length, activating it, right, and then stretching it.